saw me here just, was it last year or early this year? Last year. We came to do some tramadol abuse campaign. Okay. So basically, my brother is said, without wasting time, just going to take you through. It's not a lecture. It's an interaction. You get me? I'm not here to lecture you, but then let's interact. Okay? So basically, we are going to talk about substance abuse. When we say substance abuse, what do we mean? Can somebody just open the floor by telling us what substance abuse is? When we say substance abuse, what do we mean? Can somebody do that? Let's be snappy. Anybody? You know it. Don't be shy. Let's just interact. Hello? You want to say something? Okay, come.
Substance abuse is the intake of drug without medical prescription.
Okay. Let's clap for him. Yeah, so they said it all. The intake of what? Psychoactive drugs without doctor's prescription. Or we can say the hazardous or harmful use of psychoactive drugs. What are some of these psychoactive drugs? We can talk of alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, and even the prescription drugs. Talk of tramadol, petidine, other opioids can be abused, which we can say substance abuse. Are you with me? Okay. What are some of the effects of these substances on the nervous system? What are some of these effects? Fine. We talk about the altering of mood, thought, perception, and behavior. You bear with me that if you see someone who drinks a lot, the person's behavior, thought, and mood doesn't seem to be, excuse me to say, normal, like someone who hasn't taken that. Are you with me? Meaning the alcohol that the person is taking has gotten effect on the person's what? Brain. As we are here to talk about what? Brain. We can't talk about substance abuse we can't talk about substance abuse without talking about dependence. When we say dependence, what do we mean? Basically, someone who is used to taking the drug that without the drug, the person is not able to feel at home. Are you with me? Meaning the person is forced to take the substance before the person can do anything of his or her daily living. Talk of going to work. If I'm a preacher and then I'm addicted to substance or dependent on substance, it means I have to take the substance before I can face crowd. You get me? And then about the dependence, we can't talk about dependence without categorizing them. That's the psychological dependence and then physiological dependence. For the sake of time, I won't go deep into that. Just take note and then read more on yourself. Are you with me? We also have tolerance under substance abuse. And we talk about tolerance, we are talking about the increase. For example, when I started drinking, maybe I was taking one thought of alcohol, which makes me feel high. Are you with me? But because of tolerance, I'll be forced to take what? More than one thought. Are you with me? Because I'm used to the one thought is no longer having effect or that desired effect on me. So I need to increase the quantity to maybe 2 or 3. When that happens, we say what? Tolerance. Are you with me? Now, under that same substance abuse, we have something we call withdrawal. Withdrawal basically means what? You are used to the thing. You want to stop. It becomes a problem because you are psychologically and physiologically dependent on that. Okay? So the issue is that you try stopping and then you have these symptoms of, like people say, taking. Has anyone heard that before? Like people who sniff cocaine or people who are on those hard drugs. It gets to a time maybe they don't have money to purchase or buy the drug. So you see them, they are shivering, they are shaking. We say takey, they say takey. Have you heard that before? Those are some of the withdrawal. Some people, you see them itching all over because they don't have the substance. They can't face the crowd. Some vomit, have all sorts of symptoms or signs as withdrawal. Now, when we talk about substance abuse, you see, everything starts and then graduates. Like when you were born, you started crawling. Am I right? You started crawling. After some time, you started walking with support. Along the way, you were walking by yourself. And now you are in essence. It was a process. Am I right? That is how substance abuse. Substance abuse is also like that. We have a stage where we have the free use, meaning the person, excuse me, meaning the person is not using the drug. At that stage, the person might be aspiring to use the drug, meaning he or she is seeing somebody use the drug and then doing something. So you also want to what? Experiment or explore. Are you with me? Fine. Usually we say these musicians use drugs, and because of the drug they are using, they are able to sing and then catch the public. So as a student who also like music, you feel, okay, let me be like Shatawale, let me be like Stoneboy. So you're also going in for those drugs. So what? You are experimenting. Are you with me? It's just unfortunate I'm not using projector. I would have displayed a picture for you to see. So if this is the substance and this is the person is standing out of the substance. When you talk of experimental use, the person is getting closer to the substance. Are you with me? Then you count what? Recreational use. Recreational use has to do with social use. Meaning, maybe you go to birthday party, you go to naming ceremony, you go to other social functions, and then you are taking the substance just to have that full of the program. So you are getting into the substance. Then you get to addiction, where you are into it now. When you are addicted to the substance, meaning what I said earlier on, the dependence, the tolerance, and all those things comes in. That one, you are into it now. Are you with me? Okay. We can also talk about substance abuse. Okay, I've said this. Yeah, it's also the same thing. Now, what are some of the characteristics of experimental use? We have the curiosity and the risk-taking that are deemed as the primary motive. Research is shown that what? For someone to use or abuse substance, the person may be curious, want to know what it is. You say when you take marijuana, you feel this way. I want to see how it's true. So you are experimenting or you are curious to know what it is. Are you with me? Also risk-taking behavior. Because you are curious, you are taking a risk of trying it. Some people, because of mood, they want to use the substance. Maybe there's a problem. You get it? Maybe I've lost someone so dear to me. And through the mourning or grieving, I feel maybe when I take the substance, it will help me to overcome that grief or that loss. Are you with me? Young people may try more than one substance. They usually not more than a few times. Now, what are some of the substances? Like I mentioned, we have tobacco. What are some of the effects of this tobacco? Tobacco can cause heart diseases. It can cause blood pressure. And above all, lung cancer. Are you with me? I don't want to go into detail, so please take note and read more on yourself because of time. How do you know someone is smoking or smoking tobacco? The person may be smelling of tobacco. Some have stained teeth due to the smoke, etc. the increased risk of lung cancer is the risk predominantly associated with smoking. However, long-term exposure to nicotine increases the risk of, like I said, heart disease, blood clot problems, stroke, bad circulation. That's to do with the blood movement in the body. Ulcer, that's peptic or duodenal ulcer, lung infection, bronchitis, cancer of the mouth and throat, etc. Now we come to alcohol. Alcohol can be divided into different categories. Are you with me? We have the beers, the wine, the fortified wine, the distilled spirit, and the liquor, etc. Basically, they are all mixture of ethanol and then water. But then the tastes are different due to the processes or ingredients used in them. What are some of the effects of alcohol? Alcohol is a central nervous depressant which affects the respiratory rate, heart rate, control mechanism in the brain. Are you with me? Alcohol is one of the substances that is able to cross the brain-blood barrier. Are you with me? Alcohol is one of the substances that is able to cross the brain-blood barrier. Now we have cannabis. Cannabis, like we also call marijuana, weed. It has other names. It has an active ingredient called the cannabinoid. That is the tetrahydrocannabinoid. That's the main psychoactive substance in cannabis. It comes in various forms. There are two main major modes of admission. Hello? I think your battery is running down. So, like I said, there are two main modes of administration. That's the marijuana. It's either the smoke or ingested. Its effect is kind of sedative, and then it's with these hallucinogens properties. That is, usually with those substances, the person hallucinates. Are you with me? The person may be seeing something that you are not seeing, which is not normal. Are you with me? Maybe I'm standing here and I'm seeing somebody wear white hair. Whilst you are not seeing, I'm the only one seeing the person. Sometimes you hear voices that nobody hears. Excuse me. So those are some of the effects of what? Cannabis. Weed. Sorry. We also have cocaine, commonly called coke. We also have cocaine, which is commonly called coke. It's a white crystalline powder which is usually nice or adulterated with other substances such as lactose, that's milk sugar, mannitol or local anesthetic such as cocaine, lidocaine, and the rest. Its administration can be intranasal or intranasal, intravenous, or smoke. The effect of cocaine use include feelings of what? Euphoria, like you feel high, you feel you are on top of the world. Increased self-worth, like you see the person carry his or herself around because the person is high. Increased energy, increased mental activity and alertness. Are you with me? Because it's a psychoactive substance, which means what? It's having effect on the brain. The brain as an organ coordinates every part of the body. So when there is increased mental activity, you over-coordinate.
Hello.
Are you with me? Are you with me? So when there's increased mental activity or alertness, you overperform or overdo your coordination. There's also lack of appetite, heightened sense of what? Pleasure. The effect depends on the duration or the mode of administration. The following are associated with cocaine use: unusual confidence, hyperactivity,